Okay. Okay, so today we're speaking about all the AI image tools for digital creators. If you don't know, this is one of an 8-part series which have been held the last 4 weeks. We're on the 5th week now, and it's part of an 8-week series. And today we are speaking about AI image tools for digital creators. Why are we speaking about AI tools for digital creators? Because quite simply, in our private Facebook community, I had a poll up about a month and a bit ago where I asked the community what it is that they would like me to do videos on. And some of it was about SEO, Etsy SEO keywords. Some was about how to create mockups. One of the options was how to list on Etsy. And depending on how many votes each topic of the poll had, I started with the one that got the most votes, then the second most votes, third most votes, and now we are on AI image tools for digital creators, and that's what we will be speaking about today. So these little cuties at the bottom is a pack that I did yesterday or the day before, and we listed it on Etsy yesterday. So every week you'll see there's a theme where I have basically sort of just created a bundle pack, a clip art bundle pack, which I sell on Etsy or list on Etsy. And that's just to demonstrate part of what it is that I am doing or selling, and then also coaching others on. Okay, so the overview for today is just like it's free live training. As I've said, it's part of an 8-part series, so it's free for my members. We're going to learn about AI tools, so discover how to enhance your Etsy shop with the tools that I will be demonstrating today. And I think the long and short of all of these videos is really to help you save time, speed up the process, how to improve your quality, how to set you up to compete with the best out there. But very crucially to this whole process is the ability to speed up. Because if you think about it logically, if you and a competitor, if the competitor has figured the workflow out to do 10 products or list 10 products in the same time that it takes you to list one product, it goes without saying that the person that's going to list more in volumes, that person's going to be pretty much more successful, provided the other things are all the same, like both parties, the qualities are excellent, you are listing it correctly, etc. What I'm trying to say is speed is a big part of success. And I think when I reflect on my conversations with you, most of you in private or on email, I'm not sure if the time factor, the listing rate factor, the bulk factor, I don't know if that is something that I'm bringing the message across correctly, because it's very important. If you are listing one and your competitor is listing 10 or 20 in the same amount of time because they've got the right tools, that person's going to have more visibility on Etsy, not because they are special, it's just logical. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Sales is a numbers game. The more offers you have, the more visibility opportunities you have on Etsy. So, and it's not just Etsy. Sales is a numbers game anywhere you go. Okay, so this is just like an overview of what we're going to talk about today. Most of all, AI image tools. So it's not going to be deep dive and set building bundles and how to list and SEO keywords. We're speaking none of that. I'm just showing you the tools and all these little images that you're seeing on your screen, and products and cups and mugs and tumblers and clip art. I'm just showing you these are the tools that I'm using to output these sorts of products. And just FYI, I'm getting Etsy sales every single day. It's so rare for me not to have a day when I don't get Etsy sales. Some days are better than others, but the fact is that my store is active, and it's all the tick. I've done everything to get it to a point where I'm getting sales every single day. And the idea and the whole idea of all of this is really to get you guys to that same level and even better than me. So that's really the point of all of this. You've already told me that you're passionate about this. This is what you want to do. there's like gaps, you're struggling in certain areas. So my whole purpose really is just to try and connect where there's gaps and share my wins and my losses. There's no point in hiding or trying to let me just see these people in the, because like I said, I can't see it. It used to give me like a notice, but I can't see like Anne-Marie. Like Anne-Marie, I can't see who's asking to come in. Hi, Anne-Marie. I hope you didn't wait too long. Okay. So let's go back to the slides. Hello, Kittl. No, it's fine. Don't worry. You are also going to get like access to the replay. So the intro that you've missed will be available in the group. So yeah, the whole point of all of this is just to share my wins and losses and like for you to bypass the mistakes that I've made so that you can get faster results, better results. Okay. So that's the overview. Why must you listen to me? A very good question. I always tell people, like, be careful who you listen to. Time is valuable. Ask questions. Make sure that the person that you are getting guidance from is legit. They can show you things that they've done. They are able to share with you work that they've done. Sorry. There we go. Hello, Patrick. Patrick, you need to start designing. I see you in the lives every week, but you don't come and design with us. I think my light bombed out. Sorry. I think I'm going to go with a last attempt. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay. So why must you listen to me? Just like in general, just be careful who you listen to. There's a lot of free information on YouTube, and that's great. That's amazing. As you consume all the content, just like check them out. A lot of them are saying things out there that making promises of like quick, rich schemes and how to do this and shortcuts. Just be wary because it's not as rosy as some of them make it out to be. There's a lot of things that they can't say in a 20-minute video, understandably, but don't fall for the hype because there's a lot that goes into it that a lot of them don't want to speak about, but I'm happy to share where I've messed up, where I've made mistakes, when I wanted to give up, when it was so lonely, when it was frustrating, when I had no one to talk to because no one really understood what I was trying to do. So yeah, just like, why do you want me to speak to me? I guide other digital artists. So with some of the wins and successes that I've made in the last year, I kind of help Etsy sellers, both free and paid. So you can join the Facebook group for free. I help you with prompts that is currently selling on Etsy. I show my designs. I answer questions. And it's something that I'm really passionate about. Everything comes from real experience. So this is not something that I paid someone else a massive amount of money to sit in their courses, and then their courses now qualifies me to speak to you. No. What I'm sharing with you, system failures, system tries, didn't work out, wasted money, wasted credits, didn't understand the business. It's because I have gone through all of this. I've turned my own trials into teachable moments. I have a video up, my 10 mistakes that I've made with Etsy in the first year. So I'm very comfortable to speak about things that I didn't get right, okay? So it's all from real experience. It's not a bought PLR course, and now I'm qualified because I paid so many $100 just to now understand the game. No, it's real. And I'm basically here to grow, help you grow without going through the same struggles. You'll hear in all my videos, I will tell you, don't design what is pretty. That's a massive lesson to me. I wanted to reinvent the whole wheel. And for a long time, I did that. Wasted money, wasted time, wasted credits. You guys know these systems work on credits. So you only allotted so many credits per month. That's something I can tell you up front. Don't even worry with what is pretty. If you are creating for family, for fun, and it's pretty by all means, but I'm not one of those people. I need to make an income, like a passive income from it. So I'm here to help you grow. This space is all about learning together. There's sometimes when I learn from the members, you know, I don't want you to think that I'm this sort of person to look to for all the answers. No, I learn all the time. I'm learning so much currently about SEO and trends, which is now helping me in my business. So it's not to say that like I'm the guru and nobody can teach me. There's some amazing things that people are saying in the group that is helping me on my journey. Okay, so we support each other, and trying to build a creative community that lifts everyone up. Long story short, I'm glad you're here, and I hope you can find some inspiration from me while you are on your journey. Okay, so Kim is asking, where can I find you on YouTube, please? So Kim, if you go to YouTube, search for Clip Artistry Heaven. I don't want to waste time now to type because I've got 2 devices here and I'm like no co-pilot. But after this video, I go through all the comments, all the questions, and I will drop the link for you. But you can search Clip Artistry Heaven, okay? And I just want to encourage anyone else, if there's questions in between, if I don't spot it immediately, I will come back to it. Otherwise, I address it like on the spot. Okay. Okay, so what we'll learn today, my AI tools, my top AI tools. I'm not ranking them in general. It's what I'm using to do what I'm doing, okay? So I'm not going to focus too much on the speed of the workflows. The part of the 8-part series, I showed you guys how to use AI to bulk upload. That's where you cut down on speed. You can use the same time for one design, creation, mock-up, listing, and upload 10, 20, etc. Listings in the same amount of time, roughly the same amount of time. So there are videos in this 8-part series which speaks to using AI to bulk upload. You will always hear me speaking about speed because it is crucial in your success. So how to prompt like a pro, and then just Etsy behind the scenes. I'll show you. I'm not going to show you how to list. Again, there are videos for that, but I'll show you what it looks like after you've used the systems, what it actually looks like on Etsy as a final product. Okay. Okay, so I think that's just like the intro, what you can expect. I'm going to speak about the AI tools in itself now, and the next slide would basically be the tools that I cover. So before we go to the tools that I cover and also going into each tool separately, as a general note, this is like the framework, what you need to be able to prompt. So the biggest part of what we are doing, okay, let me just see if there's more members. Sorry. Okay, there's no one in the door. Okay. The biggest part of what it is we are doing is the word prompt. So like not thinking of all the other things that ChatGPT, Abacus, DeepSeek, and all these places, all these fancy systems can do for you. What you need to understand is that everything starts with a prompt, okay? So you need to know how to prompt, like just on a base level. You need to know, and you need to know how to speak to the AI, okay? So basically you need to start in general, whether it's designing or you want a spreadsheet to be set up, or you want a system of operation to be crafted, or you need the help of a lawyer within a certain jurisdiction, or you want an accountant or a tax practitioner in a certain part of a country or a county, or you want a digital design. You need to set the role. So that's kind of the first thing that you need to do. So when you open up ChatGPT or Abacus and you need a task to be handled, you need to tell it how to think. I need you to act as a sports coach, or I need you to act as a math tutor or a clip art designer, or that's first and foremost. That eliminates a whole lot of other confusion. The moment you say I need you to think like a clip art artist, it kind of understands what it is, what the role is now, and you're not going into general mode, you're going into a more specific role, right? You need to secondly specify the outcome. Okay, so he knows that it's a book illustrator, or he knows he's a clip art artist. You now need to tell the clip art artist, this is what I want. Create object, a prompt for a children's book cover page, whatever, all the details. Create a personalized budget for teenagers. You need to be, if you just say budget, it's going to, it will assume a corporate budget, a non-profit budget. You need to be more specific. And the same goes for your designs. So I need you to act like a clipart artist. I need you to create a 10 prompts based on this theme, etc. So just be like specific, give it all the ins and outs, and then you need to add the detail. Very important. Be again specific in terms of the color palette. Do you want it to be like, is it a nursery theme in a baby blue and dashes of brown? Is it a vibrant image, teal and hot pink with whatever, a white background? That is generally what you have to do. And I find because we are so vague in our prompts, we're not always getting the result that we desire. Okay, so set your role. What is it that this AI needs to be? In what capacity does it need to act? What is it that it needs to do? So create what? A budget, a speech, a image, etc. You need to be specific in terms of the colors, the formats, etc. And then it doesn't end there. So after you've done step 3, you get an output, right? You get the outlay of the budget, or you get the outlay of the system of operation, or you get the code, right? Because you now want to add something on your website and it spat out a code for you. Now you look at the image, the budget, the template, the Excel, and there's certain things that you need to tweak. And I think this is where most people give up, where prompts for images is concerned, because they will get an output and it won't be the desired results that they wanted, and then they give up, or the system's not working. That's the best place to start, or to continue rather, where you refine the prompt. So if it didn't get the color right, if it didn't get the shape right, or the angle, or the whatever, that's where you now refine the result. You don't just give up because now the first output wasn't what you wanted. So if this is making sense to any of you, please let me know. But that's pretty much how I deal with prompts, how I deal with AI, and I am a daily user with AI. I have got no complaints, and I think the more you understand how the system works and how the system can work for you, the better. Okay, so don't know if there's any questions here, but if not, we can go over to going into each system. If you guys in the Zoom meeting want to ask a question, you can raise your hand somewhere. There's like a raise your hand section, and then I can unmute you if you want to ask something. Okay. Okay, I just have to stop for a second and then reshare because it doesn't want to share my screen, or move to the next slide rather. Let's see. Okay, so it's working now. Okay, so drum roll, big reveal. These are my systems. Okay, so I use Kittl, I use Canva AI, I use Artistly, DALL-E, I use Ideogram, and a bonus one, which is like not even 1 week old, Playground. I saw a lot of these creators speaking about Playground, and I fiddled with the free, and then I decided to sign up just to kind of check it out. Okay, so we will start with Kittl. You'll also see that I've noted what I use each system for predominantly. Okay, so you'll see Kittl I use for Tumblr apps, right? I've made no secret about it. I love the quality of the Tumblr app. I love the functionality that's within, which I'll take you through now. So Kittl I use for Tumblr apps. It doesn't mean I don't use Kittl for other things. But what I need you to understand, all these indicators in terms of what I'm using the system for is the strength of the system, in my opinion. So I won't necessarily use Kittl for bundles, because Kittl gives a small amount of credits per month. I'm on like the first level. I'm not like on the pro. I don't know what you call it, but I think I pay about $10 a month for Kittl. Because of the number of credits that Kittl allots, I can't do 40 bundles with Kittl. So it's not to say Kittl is not strong enough for clip art. I'm just letting you know what I use it for and how I get the best bang out of my buck, okay? Canva I use for mockups and I use for clip art because I can bulk create in clip art in Canvas AI versus Kittl where it's one, I have to wait, it finishes, and then I go back, I create another one. For bundles, I don't use Kittl. I hope that makes sense. Artistly is a new system. I am on my first month with Artistly. I'm having lots and lots of fun with Artistly. And I just want to clarify that with Artistly, there's like 70%, 7 to 80% of the system that I haven't checked out, but I'm using it for art. I can use it for t-shirt designs. And I said more because there's a lot more that that system can do. It's just I can't speak on it because I have to first familiarize myself with the system, and then I will be more confident to share the strength of the system. So Dale I use for clip art designs. It's also a one finger weight. In fact, I can do 4 at a time with Dale, and that's why I use it for clip art. But it's also paste, weight, unlike Ideogram over here and Canva, I can copy, paste my prompts, and the system can just bulk for me, which is why I lean on Canva for clip art, right? Dali, I've explained. I'll go through each system with you. Ideogram has always been the best, in my view, in terms of text. So anything that's text heavy, I use Ideogram, and that's perfect for t-shirt design. So if you're a t-shirt designer or seller of t-shirts and you design your own graphics, then Ideogram, in my view, is the best. And then Playground is slightly different to all the systems that I've just mentioned, but we will go into each and every one of them. Okay, so Kittl, again, this is not research-based. This is not designs for Etsy listing. This is not like full process. We'll sit here whole day because it's too many systems. This is just to show you how I use Kittl and an opportunity for you to ask me questions. Okay, so let's go to Kittl and we will do a couple of Tumblr reps. Okay, if you are seeing my screen at the moment, this is just our digital product planner. There is, if you go to my website, there's a product called Digital Product Planner. It's $1. It's a video where I show you how to set up your entire year in Trello. Trello is free. It's got all my designs listed here, so we never run out of designs as a team. I wasn't really planning to show you this, but yeah, we just happened to land on it. So let's go to, okay, also just to save time, I'm not gonna, we could, but I'm just gonna grab some prompts from AI Prompt Heaven. Let's do this, sorry. I'm just gonna grab prompts from the vault because we don't have time really to figure out prompts for the purpose of the video, and there's six platforms we have to go through. Okay, so let's say you in the vault and you want to copy or create something like this, right? We are doing a Tumblr wrap. What do you see in front of you? You are in Tumblr wraps at the moment, okay? And then you are at the animals subsection, okay? So once you're there, you'll get a preview of what's in the library, and I will show you what it is that you can expect in the library below. So the top section is just like a preview, okay? So let's say you like this one, the first one. You will copy the prompt and you'll go to your software of choice. Okay, so 9.3 with 8.2 height and then DPI 300. So click create, and now you get the perfect Tumblr size over here. Okay, so you go to Kittl's AI. Okay, Cecilia is, hey Miranda, glad to see you here. Do you like them? That's the ones I was talking about earlier in the Facebook group. So if you go into your account now, Miranda, you can go in actually and copy those prompts, because I uploaded it in time for the webinar so that I can use it as an example. So I know I said the 18th, but it's one day early. Cecilia is asking, where was it that you got the prompt from? So this is, okay, this is the monthly membership, Cecilia. It's called AI Prompt Heaven. So if you, I'm not sure if you remember, if you're not, then this is the information page for the monthly membership, and it's just like a vault of prompts that members use, copy and paste in this software of choice, and then they generate, tweak it, copy it as is, or they tweak it, change it up, copy it, sorry, paste it, generate, and then list products on Etsy. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna drop, I can't do the dropping of links on Facebook because it's gonna take too long. I'll drop the links for anyone who's interested afterwards. Let's go back. So just to show you again, Cecilia, it is here. If you log in, it starts with welcome welcome and onboarding. So just like overview of all the systems, the community, the Facebook, etc. Clip art would be second. And then if you scroll down to Tumblr apps, you'll see Tumblr apps, you will see Christmas, profession, animals, Thanksgiving. So profession would be like nurses or accountants or engineers, but everything that the members would ask me to generate, I would then jump onto it. Okay, so we had animals now. Let's see. Okay, we copied the first one, which is this one, a bold, patriotic clip art scene with a largemouth bass leaping from splashing water. American flag waving in the background, fireworks overhead, and a rustic stars scattered around. Text overlay, so it's telling the system to include the text, red, white, and bass in a distressed, bold serif font. So all you do is you copy. We're going to do Kittl now. We're busy with Kittl. You go to image generator or Kittl's AI here, and then image generator. You paste the prompt, and then you click watercolor for this one, and then generate. Okay, and that is the output of the prompt that I've just copied. And you'll see it looks different to the one that's in the vault, but that's the thing with AI. You will never get the exact, even though it's the same prompt, you will never get the exact same image from your system. Okay, so someone, I don't know, let me show you guys a trick quickly, which one of our members actually helped me with this. You will remember that I've set it to 9.38 by 8 by 2, right? Which is the artboard. Okay, so this red is the setting that you've done, 9.3 by 8.5. But you will see that the output of the design is like in a square. Okay, which is not going to fit this. Even if I stretch this all the way, let's see. Okay, I didn't take the width properly here, or I'm in the wrong one. Give me a sec. This is not right. Let's see. This is where we need to be. So I'm just going to go to my uploads, folders, and then my last design. Okay, which is, yeah. Go back. Okay, so now we make this one red, just so that I can show you guys. Maybe some you guys are also struggling with this. I had a different workaround, but let me show you. So what you can do with this, that you've set the 9.8, the artboard is 9.3 by 8 by 2. That's correct, right? But your image is coming through on a 1:1 ratio. So there you've got this part. And while it's not a problem for white backgrounds, it is a problem when you've got like a digital design and there's no negative space. Okay, so what you can do, you can press shift. So let's go back to what size it was. If you hold shift and you pull the corners, you can actually pull it in such a way that it fits the entire 9.3 by 8 by 2 without actually distorting your image, if you know what I'm saying. Again, it's maybe not so, doesn't make much sense with white background, but if you've got no negative space and this whole thing is like like designing all over, and it's a big problem for the edges. So what, again, just press Shift and then your arrows. Then you can pull it exactly how you want it to fit on the canvas. Okay. And thank you to Irene, who is in our membership. She actually showed me this. I had another way of doing it, but I love this way. So that was just the extra bonus tip, free of charge. Let's go to the second one. So I'll copy the prompt again. So I don't want to be here. Leave this one. I want to be here. I go back to AI, which is where I'm at. Click on Image Generator, copy and paste. Okay. So let's go design with this one because we did watercolor before, and then paste. And then we can go to the third one. Or let's see what else is there. This one, Land of the Free. So copy it. And then we just wait for. So let's see, Born to Fish. So that R is not working for me. Forced to Work, not what I would use in my shop. So let's go back to watercolor style. Maybe it's better suited for watercolor. We'll delete this one. Born to Fish, Forced to Work. I'll pull another prompt, third one, and then we can move over to the next system. So this you can also edit. So edit this out and change the misspelling. I don't know if I mentioned, but Kittl for me is not the best with text. They're not the worst either, but yeah, just keep that in mind. It will sometimes cost you to like regenerate. So we'll just do that shift trick again and then stretch it out. Okay, let's get there and stretch it out. And then you keep all the bits and pieces in your design, because it really is a problem if you don't know that trick, that you can sit with the design that covers this and then this whole section is still to be, you know, filled. I like the shift trick. Here we go. So I'll just stretch it out. Yeah. And for these ones, I would definitely remove the background for all of them because they on like a white background. And even removing the background, it's a one process. You can't like speed it up as with Canva, which I'll show you in a bit. You can just do a lot more bulking there, and that's why I like Canva for clip arts, because clip arts, there's a lot of designs that goes into it. For this, it's just a Tumblr app, so it's not like I need to design 40 to list one on Etsy. Let's go and do this. Now, just a quick trick before we continue. If you want to use this as a mock-up in Kittl, you can do that quickly and then go to mockups. Let's say you want to mock up this one, create the mock-up. So like everything I'm showing you is just the reasons why I'm using these systems so that it makes more sense to you. So if you want it in a t-shirt design, even though your idea was to have it on a Tumblr, you can dual list it, have two different products, right, on Etsy, and list a t-shirt as well as a Tumblr. But let's say you want to do a Tumblr, just search Tumblr. Okay, and then maybe go with this one. And all these systems, they have such amazing updates like Ideogram, Kittl. As soon as they tell you the system's been upgraded or like a update has been done, there's just, you can see the difference in it. Okay, so you just stretch it out as far as you want it, and then you can drag it this way, that way. But this is just a quick way of mocking up your product. For Etsy, I can't use this because I'm promoting a 20 Oz tumbler wrap. This is not a 20 Oz skinny tumbler. It's got a tapered sort of design in shape in the tumbler. So that's not something I can use it on. Let's see. So these are none of the tumblers that I'm designing for, but just a quick tip to show you how you can mock up. If it's not like a tumbler, then a t-shirt, which is very like more flexible in terms of selling and yeah. Miranda's asking, would you list two different listings or say tumbler and t-shirt in one? I would list two different listings because the one listing you will focus on keywords for the tumbler wrap design to sell in your store, and then the other one would be specific to t-shirts, which will give you two opportunities for traffic to come into your store instead of. And also, I think it's going to be a bit confusing for the algorithm. The thing with the algorithm is it really needs to understand what is it that you are selling. So if you're giving mixed signals, I would say list same design, which is amazing. So you've got one design, list a t-shirt, and then list the tumbler wrap. Okay, I'm going to move over to the next system now. Again, if there's something later that you want to ask about Kittl or even after the live, feel free. Okay. So the next system that we're looking at is Canva, mockups and clip art. Okay. So let's look at that within Canva. Nothing bad to say about Canva. I cannot speak. I love Canva, and I'm sure if you are doing what I'm doing, there's nothing really bad to say about Canva. Okay. So this is the AI image generator. It was previously known as Dreamlab. So it sits over here on the left side, Canva AI, and then you'll see, let's go, let me start from the beginning. Okay, so you'll see your designs, templates in Canva, and then Canva AI. That's where you want to be. It's new, it's fairly new. They had the conference about 3 weeks ago. So a lot of things have changed and updates and so on and so forth. So it used to be Dreamlab, it's now Canva AI, but last week, or the week before, some of my members were saying, no, they've still got Dreamlab. So I don't know, maybe it's a rollout story. So Canva AI, you can ask it to design for you. So design for you is basically designing like a template or designing a social media post or designing something within Canva by giving it instructions. We're not covering that today. You can create an image, which is what we are covering today. You can write a document, a blog, a letter, a news article. You can do a lot of stuff with the document. And then also a new addition is Code for Me, which I've played around with. I wish I had more time to fiddle with the Code for Me section because it really does amazing stuff. And I'm sure since it's been launched, new updates probably have happened, but I encourage you to go play around with the Code for Me. We are going to create an image. So you click on create an image. We are creating clip art. Okay, so again, I'll go back to the vault to save time. I go to clip art bundles over here. So we've got animals, we've got food, we've got chibi animation style, we've got weddings, students, Valentine's Day, handicrafts and hobbies, whimsical gnomes, wedding couple in the car, dripping lips. I always laugh when I think of this one, but this is also a hot trend at the moment. It's called dripping lips, and this is what it looks like, and apparently there's use for it out there. So all of that's available. African inspired. So just follow the text or the subcategories, then you will know exactly what you can expect. Okay. The last one or the latest one was mystical clip art, which is what I actually uploaded yesterday. And let me see for. So I'm just going to copy some prompts and then let's do this one. So these are all in Midjourney. I'm trying to look for something that was created in Canva AI. Dreamlab. Okay, let's see here. So these are Valentine's Day. This is Midjourney, Dreamlab, Midjourney, my journey, my journey. Okay, okay, let's use what we can here. Okay, let's go copy, right? Go to Dreamlab, paste. So you need to select a style. I always, for clip art in Dreamlab, I use illustration, or I use sketch color, or I leave it as none. Okay, so those are the three. And sometimes vector, but not always. So let's go illustration. And then before you generate, I use 1:1 ratio, and that's what most people use for clip art. Just make sure your size is correct. You copy, you paste, and we can just like bulk copy, because now we don't have to wait like we did with Kittl. So copy, paste, go. So even though you'll see that these were done in Midjourney over here, you can still use the prompts in other systems. Let's try other styles. Let's go sketch color, go. Let's see what else we can use. Let's go weddings. Okay, so that's a preview of what you can expect here. Let's do this one. Go back. So, and the same with Midjourney. I don't know, maybe you would have asked or thought about it, but why don't you have Midjourney, Lucille? Well, simply because since I've signed with Artistly, I canceled Midjourney, because Artistly is like a once-off payment, and I'm getting a lot out of that system. And that's pretty much why, for now, I don't have Midjourney. However, it's not something I can get away with completely as a coach and as a teacher, because the vault is to support the students with different systems. If I only support Artistly, if I only support Kittl, then it's not going to be of much value for a broader audience. Okay, so I don't have a membership right now. I don't need it right now, but as soon as I need something and I can't get away with it, I will definitely have to come back and sign up, even if it's the $10 one, but it's maybe just to get some stuff in the vault. Okay, so I think we've copied quite a few and pasted, so we can see what the system will give us. Yeah. Okay, so it's got some Asian woman in here, white. Let's see the prompt. A beautiful blonde woman with long curly hair, styled in an elegant way, wearing blue wedding dress, etc. So the prompt was originally used in Midjourney. Just always keep in mind that wherever the prompt originated from, it will probably be the best output, but it doesn't mean you can't use it. So let's say you're not with Midjourney, but you want to use the prompt, you will have to come and do some tweaks here. So first off, it's giving me multiple women. Why? I don't know. I have not used plural tense here. The woman, the blonde woman. I have made a mistake where I said woman, E-N, and then I couldn't figure it out. So you just have to further tweak it. One woman in the image, then add that. Also say on a white background without disturbances. Okay, so you need to learn or get into like if this is the output and it's not exactly as you wanted it, then you need to just maybe try and tweak it a little bit more. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes you can even edit it and just remove one of these with your editing skills and use this one. So that's, okay, this is the second one. I don't know why it's giving me so many women on. And this is a common thing with Canva, where it just like sort of duplicates the amount of women, or like the main element. Woman with long curly style hair, wearing a blue wedding dress and holding a bouquet. The illustration is created in the style of Luracore art, featuring hyper-realistic airbrush. Look. Let's say she has grace, with the design rendered in a sticker style clip art on a transparent background, an alternate version to Pixar. Like maybe this alternate version. Okay, take that. maintaining, because it's both versions. I don't know why it says both versions. Let's do this. Okay. While we wait for that one, let's go to the others. So here it got it perfectly. It took the prompt and it got that's a beautiful design actually. So this was the original prompt, Midjourney. I copied it and pasted it, and this is what I got. So this is definitely something you can do a whole bundle on. You can actually come here and say, make her to sit on a horse. I'm just like thinking out of the box, right? And waving to her family. Okay, let's see what happens. My point is that you can now do like a whole bundle just out of this one. Standing, make her stand next to her husband. Okay. So can you see now you've got a whole bundle that you can do. She's sitting on the horse. We started with this one. And this is why I love doing clip art with Canva, because you can just think fast, make changes, and then just have a whole story. There's a husband. And now you have the power of multiple designs at the same time. And before you know it, you've got 20, 30 clip art designs, all cohesive in color, all visually consistent, not looking odd or random. I mean, we can keep going. You go back to her and then you say, slicing her wedding cake with the knife in her hand, right? Because now you're telling a story. This is so cute. Okay, there we go. And then she's cutting her wedding cake. So this is why I love Canva for this. So that's the one. This was the wedding cupcake. Not bad. See? I will just say remove the text on the image and make it watercolor style. So the point here again is if the prompt is not giving you the desired output initially, learn or get into the motion of tweaking it until you get it right. Look at these cuties. So remove disturbances on the background and remove all text, right? Disturbances. Okay. Can you tell me how many of you guys are using Canva as a design tool? Canva AI. So Carol is asking, do all graphics you sell have to be 300 DPI? Oh, I've got it. I'll come to you now, Cleopatra. I see there's a question for me. So Carol, for clip art, anything that you are selling to someone who will make physical products, who makes physical products from your designs, the minimum DPI is 300 that you have to increase the quality to or upscale, in other words. So yes, if you are selling it to people who's going to use it for physical products like print on demand sellers, they tend to do the physical product selling part of the business, but they don't do the designing themselves unless they really want to. There is a but, and that is if you are selling to someone who wants to use like social media templates or stock images, which is not going to be used for print. In other words, these people will use it for their social media, or they'll use it for their websites or their blogs, and they want to buy images or art from you, then you can JPEG it, and it doesn't have to be like a 300 DPI, but just anything that is printed, you will definitely have to upscale it to 300 DPI. So I'm going to go to Cleopatra. Let's go here. Okay. Just, can you unmute yourself? Cleopatra.
Lucia,
Hello.
I wanted to find out when you're using the Canva AI,
Yes.
like what you did on the bridesmaid using the Mid Journey one.
Yeah.
You normally have a problem with that one, and I don't really know.
Okay, what can you explain the problem? What is the
Okay. It doubles up when I put my prompt. It doubles up with that where it gives more images.
Yeah. So it is how the system interprets the English language. The last week's video I was explaining on like all these systems are like developers who are sitting and building the systems. How they interpret English is different. Each one understands it differently. So somewhere the system or somehow the systems does have bias in the way it would interpret the English language. So basically what I just demonstrated, I did the same thing with this one, but it gave me one singular woman. And then I did the same copy and paste process with this one, and it gave me multiple women. But it's not so much that we are doing something wrong. It's the interpretation of English depending on who developed the system.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
because you find sometimes when you write color in the USA, they spell it as CLOR, and then we spell it with a U.
Yeah. Exactly. So those are the nuances, and it's good for you to, especially if you work with many different systems, it's good for you to understand. I know this is a Canva issue, but someone who doesn't fiddle with so many different systems, right? They don't understand how the system thinks. Now, look, you can see now in front of you, we've got a singular woman, 2 images. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that same problematic prompt that gave us all these women now. Because I know how Canva thinks, I have to go back to the prompt. So don't give up. Don't feel like it's not working. I had to say one woman in the image, right? There was a wording that said both versions. That was what is confusing Canva. So I had to go take out that section, both versions. The moment I said both versions, right? It brings version 1, version 2. Now you've got different women. But this won't be a problem. Yeah, it won't be a problem in a different system. It's just how Canva interprets the English language. So then I took the both versions out. And then it gave me this one. These two. So these two I can work with. I can go to edit.
Yeah.
Because at least now I've got the one woman, which is what I wanted, right? So just don't give up on the first 2 generations. Look at the prompt, see where it could possibly get confused. I would remove the background. And there you've got a lovely image, single woman.
Okay. Because I would just get frustrated and leave it alone and
Yeah, I would just look at the language that is used in the prompt. And like I said, that was a Mid-Journey prompt, right? Mid-Journey would not have a problem with that English, with that speech. But Canva, there's something about Canva, it's very sensitive with words like both or what if the moment it becomes ambiguous, Canva gives you multiple women. So just look at your prompt. Don't give up.
Okay. No, I won't. At this time, I won't. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just to go back here, Julia is saying, I have Kittl and the only thing that works for me is the 300 DPI. I think I have a lot to learn on Kittl. I never get the desired result. The only thing that works for me, I don't understand. What do you mean the only thing that works for you, Julia? Are you trying to reduce the DPI? Or are you saying you're happy with the fact that you're getting 300 DPI? You can get 300 DPI from Canva as well, eh? And then she's saying, I have a lot to learn on Kittl. I never get the desired result. Yeah, you can send me an email if you want to like tell me some of your challenges. Then maybe I can do a video for you, just like on the area that you are struggling with. So this one as well. So I'll take it to editor, I'll remove the background, and then it would be good for clip art. Another thing with Canva, they tend to include backgrounds that you didn't even ask for. You didn't even ask for these little frames and things. And again, the same prompt in Midjourney will not give you that issue. Now I can't even remove, let's see, this background. So alternatively, I would maybe adjust. Let's go here. What you can do is foreground, right? See if it will separate it. Yeah, for some reason, this one can't do it. But generally what I would do, just for the sake of time, just remove the background and then have the plain white background as we did with the wedding lady. Okay. So Canva is for clip arts, definitely. And then mockups. Why I use Canva? Because the other reason is for mockups. They've got a good selection of, you can go on here. Let's say you want to mock up one of your images. You can just go mock up, right? And you'll get photos. You'll get lots of mock-up images. So let's use this one, for instance. It's important that you know where you can find what. So, and then you can go to your uploads, and then let's see. Let's go to my projects. Oh, let's go back to uploads or projects. Let's use one of our images. Let's use this one. Okay. So assuming you are happy with your image, you can just like sort of mock it up in Canva. You've also got like an app. You've got, sorry, apps. You can go to mockups, slightly different way to do the mockup. Okay. This one. And then this is like PSD mockups. You can choose your mockup image. Okay, so Julia just clarified. She said she's happy with the DPI, but she's not getting the desired result. So I'm hoping that's what the Vault can do for you, Julia. But if you feel that you still need further support, just drop me a mail and tell me exactly what it is that you are need. Why do you think you're not getting the desired results? Okay, so I think I've delivered on Canva, and let's go back to the tools. So I've showed you mockups, I've showed you clip art. I'm going to show you Artistly. I'll show you only clip art bundles just for the sake of time. There's a lot in Artistly, but I've already given full disclosure. I haven't fiddled with like 70% of the system's features. There's just so much that's going on in Artistly. I love it. It's a one payment, $149. You never have to pay again. I think that's the best part for me. I've already been selling some of the designs that I recently designed with Artistly, and then just the feedback from the communities, the AI art communities, where I drop the outputs, because that's also a good indication for me to know if people are loving it, even though they're not buying it. The fact that they are commenting and it's appealing and it's they like what they see, it's a good indication for me to say that Artistly is a good investment if you are planning to do this like on a serious basis and you have to output a lot in terms of volume. So why Artistly? Why do I use it for clip art? Volume. And there's no really a waiting game. As with Kittl, you have to wait. I can drop the prompts and then I can do something else. So let's head over to Artistly. Okay, so when you sign up, I do have a code for Artistly. So if you want to sign up, lots of codes here. If you could please use my referral link, they do, everyone, they do pay you like a thank you fee commission for referring clients to them. And then I just use that to like invest back into my community to try and further grow and just bring whatever's new and trending or whatever. I just pull it back into the community. So that would be great. That's the link. I'll share it in Facebook later. Let's go back to Artistly. So if you are, when you are signed in, this is the dashboard. I will advise you to watch the video, although it is to some degree a bit outdated because there's just been updates since the 4 months ago. Click on create design, right? And then you'll see you've got fast AI image designer and you've got advanced. Okay, so each one's got its own purpose. Advanced image designer is more like a Canva user experience. You can edit, you can mock up, you can all those things, right? With fast image designer, it's like straight to business. What is it that you want to design? I love fiddling with AI Art Illustrator primarily because it has got all of these different styles that you can apply in your design. I play mostly here watercolor inspired style. I play with clip art, kawaii, watercolor, etc. So there's just a lot going on here. And trust me when I tell you, I haven't even seen half of it. Worth the money. I've already started selling. You can start with the $49 package, which will give you limited access to limited of what I'll be showing you. But you do get like a trial period where you can try everything. And then I think after a couple of days, they just like deactivate it. $49 once off if you want to, and you're ready to up to the $149 package, you'll get access to everything. And you get a 30-day risk-free money back refunded if you're not happy with the product. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's go back to the prompt. Vault, sorry, and let's see. Okay, mystical clip art. So a member requested some mystical clip art and I created this. Okay, so I'll just copy this one. Copy, because I did it in Artistly, right? Go back to Artistly. And then you'll see here that I have chosen watercolor inspired digital style. For me, that works the best with clip art. Paste it, leave the ratio as is, generate, go to the next one. So let's go do this one. And just remember, even though I'm copying these prompts, it will never be exactly the same. Go back. It will give you a variation, but it won't look the same. Paste, generate. Okay, let's see what else is here that we can copy. Okay, let's try this one. Art Illustrator, this one, paste. Okay, so still good quality, still usable for a product. Listing on Etsy, same prompt. You didn't have to think about the prompt. You didn't have to visualize the prompt. You didn't have to do anything. You just need to copy. You just look and see, okay, I like this. And then go over to the vault and go over to your software of choice and paste it in. So definitely a tool that I use for clip art designs. And just part of, give me one sec. Okay, sorry. Okay. You should be able to see my screen now. Sorry, it was blank for a bit. You were in darkness. Thank you, Kittl. I just picked that up now. It should come up in a minute. Okay, there we go. Okay, so so basically this is all the prompts in the vault. Use copied and pasted in Artistly, and this is the end product for a customer on Etsy. So Like I said, after we have done the mock-ups, after we've set the pricing and did the SEO, thank you, Kittl. Did the SEO, we did the mock-ups, we did the licensing. All you need to do is just to copy the prompts, paste it in your software of choice, and list it on Etsy. So this was listed yesterday, actually. So as soon as I get a sale, I go to my group and I say, listen, you guys remember that product that I demonstrated in the webinar? I sold it on Etsy. So that's what it looks like eventually. And Etsy is not my only marketplace. So I've got my own website, and people, somehow they find me through Google algorithm and they buy my products. So this is what the effect is after you've done all the back office work. And then, yeah, so all I want, you should basically just think copy, paste, and then list on Etsy. Okay. I'm going to leave it there for Artistly in terms of designs. I just wanted to quickly show you guys how it works. And there's a lot more videos coming on my end for Artistly, because you can do digital stickers. If you go here, perfect text and hand, you can create logos, t-shirt designs, social media posts, seamless patterns I was playing with earlier, stickers you can design. There's a lot going on here, but we don't have the time for all of that. So let's go to the next system. So DALL-E is part of ChatGPT, right? But ChatGPT, about a month and a bit ago, they have upgraded the image generator. I think it's now called GPT Image or GPT Image Generator, right? And it's, before it was DALL-E, but I don't know. It depends on which version you are on. You now on, like, if you're on a paid version, you're on this super fast, like super awesome 2.0 version of image generation. I use DALL-E still because the Kittl Tumblr apps, I didn't show you guys, but there's a selection where you can go Flux, DALL-E, and I think Ideogram, right? The output of the Tumblr apps that we did earlier, the fish Tumblr apps, it was the DALL-E version, and I like that quality. So I don't get that in ChatGPT anymore. I now get that in Abacus. Okay, so I'll show you the Abacus. This is Abacus. Welcome to Abacus if you don't know Abacus. Abacus is also a LLM, so it's a large language model. It's similar to ChatGPT. The difference with Abacus is, firstly, it is $10 versus ChatGPT's $20+ if you add sales tax. And Abacus has got 22 systems all rolled in one. So if you want to code, it will select the best coder for the job, depending on your prompt. If you want to create a blog, it will use ChatGPT more than likely, and also I think Cloud. If you want, depending on your task, if you want the image generator, etc., it will choose the best machine for you, right? Perplexity Pro is here, Grok is here, Llama is here, DeepSeek is here, Gemini is here. The point is, if you have to sign up for all these systems individually, it's going to cost you a lot more, right? But this is Abacus all in one, all the systems rolled in one. How do I get to DALL-E? I simply click on image over here. DALL-E is set, and even if you look at the models for image generations, they've got Flux, GPT Image, Imagen 3, Recraft, I don't even know them, Ideogram, and on and on and on. Magnific Upscaler, I haven't used that. And Flux is also, I believe, a good model, right? And I think it's in Kittl. So how do I do it? I go to DALL-E, I go for images, I either have my prompt or we can even prompt from scratch. Create a watercolor design of a cute and adorable brown teddy with a baby blue overall on. It is holding a balloon with adorable eyes and smiling. Okay, so that's my prompt on a white background. No cutoffs. because this system likes to cut off. Okay, so I use Tally, I use 4 images, and before I click create, you can also here set your specifications in terms of size. So click create. And while I can't do like another image here, at least I can get 4 and not like Kittl where I get 1, 1, 1, 1. So keep that in mind. If I go back to the vault, let's go try dripping lips here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's try another one. Let's see. Okay, let's do this, copy. And then we wait for, there is a bit of a waiting game here, but at least I'm getting 4. I'm not waiting for 1 image. And then we'll do ideogram and playground, and then we're done. Kittl, I don't know if I answered you about the one-on-one, actually 300. So is it one-on-one actually 300 dpi, or do you have to scale it after that? So with Kittl, you can upscale within Kittl. It will give you 300 dpi. With Canva, you have to go and increase the quality. So that's another step that happens, right? All the others pretty much you need to upscale, and we do that in Canva. So all our upscaling and increasing it to 300 dpi happens in Canva. Okay, I don't know what happened there. But in Kittl, you can upscale sort of like within the system. And that's the power of knowing the different strengths and what your system can do and what it can't do. While we're waiting for this, I'm going to hop onto Ideogram. I haven't really had that problem, Miranda. If I set it to 300, then the output is 300. So you just need to make sure that you're setting over here. I'm not saying it didn't happen to you. I've just not had that as a problem. Okay, so this is my screen. If I download, okay, if you share, if you download, then your setting here 300 determines what the output would be. PNG, and then yeah, I wouldn't download 44 all at once because yeah, but this determines what and it gives me the exact same output. So maybe it's something it hasn't happened to me yet. I don't know, touch wood. Anyway, so we are in Ideogram, right? Let's go back to Abacus. Here we go. So Abacus, it's now only given me the 1 image because I only set it the second time for one image. That's the output. And why do I use it for clip art? Because it's affordable, firstly. $10 is nothing. So, and there's no limitations. I don't have any limitations. Let me just grab. So this is, you can see how my basic prompt came out. It's not something that I would sell on like Etsy, right? But let's go to the vault and let's grab some prompts. Let's try this one. And then while we're waiting for it, I'm going to go to Ideogram, and then we can see how amazing Ideogram is with the text. So like I've mentioned, with Ideogram, if it's very text heavy, you would want to do it in Ideogram. I use it a lot for my YouTube thumbnails. So I create all my YouTube thumbnails with Ideogram. T-shirts you can do, and I also use it for coloring pages. So let's first look at the prompt, and let's look at text, stuff with text on. So let's go. Okay, let's go summer vibes. Let's see what we've done here. I think there's a couple of text. Yeah, let's do text, and let's try this one. So we copy, we go to not here, sorry. Oh, I'm getting confused with all these systems. Let's go to Ideogram, paste, right? Style, you want to design, use design. If you want a realistic image, stocks images, you'll go here. Auto will choose the best style based on your prompt. Random will give you a couple of different ones, and general is just like flexible style suitable for most users, including artistic and abstract work. So for this purpose, I would go design, and I would go click generate. And then obviously, sorry, I should have said here, the sizing is over here. So you can choose your size that you want to design for, okay? So summer vibes. So we're testing the system's texting ability, right? A copy, paste, generate. So you don't even have to think. If you like the image in the vault, you don't even have to think about the prompt. So that is what the prompt vault is all about, like to save you time, because if you still have to figure out the prompt, it will take you long to list. You can do it by all means, but I believe in not doing things the long way, and it's got nothing to do with laziness, just working smarter. So again, I just want you guys to focus on the texting, right? And the strength of the system of texting. Go back to the vault. And let's try this one. And this one was actually created in Ideogram, as you guys can see here. So just to speed up, I'm just copying and pasting. You're not missing anything. Let's go. Let's generate. Okay, so let's see what the system has generated for us. Before we do that, let's go to, here we go. So these, yeah, this was the prompt for the dripping lips in DALL-E. Why do I use it? Because I can copy and paste. I can copy and paste over here, and there's no limitation. I can do 4 at a time, copy and paste to the vault. Maybe as with Canva AI, you just need to tweak this prompt a little bit more, okay? To get it on a white background. But this is the shiny effect that I like about DALL-E, which is the same within Kittl. That we can do more. Let's see. So I won't go text heavy with DALL-E. So just, again, you need to just know where you can go for certain things. Let's go food and drinks, because there's no text there. I know there's no text there. We can just copy a prompt that we like. Let's do the first one and do this. Or just take this one. Okay. Copy, go to DALL-E. So the last one is playground after Ideogram, and then we're done. We can pack up. Okay, so same story, generate, go to back to Ideogram, and these are the outputs. Copied and pasted in Ideogram. That's the output. Not bad at all. And you guys know how Etsy is loaded with all of this. So all of these designs, the brush stroke designs, right? And even if you like an image here, you can download it and edit it in, if it didn't pull the text through, you can just edit it in Canva, black text, curve the text a bit, and you can still use it. So many ways to skin a cat, so they say. Here we go. Summer vibes, birthday. That's the output. Again, just copied and pasted. If you have to think of all these prompts and you don't enjoy the process of thinking about prompts, you can sign up for the vault. This is so cute. This is so cute. I listed this prompt on a t-shirt design on Etsy, and I see these people have favorited it, and that's also a nice indication to know that it will probably be a good seller going forward. Very cute. Looks totally different. Same prompt, but it looks totally different. Okay. Let's see the rest. And then this was the first one that we did, and the text is perfect, even in a different language. It came out perfectly. Okay, so that is Ideogram for you. I've mentioned other uses. I'm quickly going to do some coloring pages, which I don't have a lot of coloring page, prompts, but quickly, just as an alternative, you can copy. Now you're going to do like all, paste. I'm going to change the size because I want it like this way. The design I'm going to make also design, and then you can just say one line art style, no color. Okay, that one. And you can also bulk fast create with Ideogram. That's the nice thing. So you don't have to wait as with Kittl. Go back, just copy, paste, generate, go to the next one. And Ideogram is also, I think, in my view, very affordable. It's not that expensive. And that's really what I have to look at, because if you add up all these systems, it's quite a bit. And not all 4 will be perfect. This one you can use for coloring pages. This one can be used for coloring pages. And this, it's actually taken its own initiative to do this. Okay, add the banner with the title. So also great for coloring pages. These are t-shirt designs. I'm not going to show you YouTube thumbnails because I think that's something that you want to sell. So at this point, I'm going to check Dali, and then I'm going to go back to, look how cute this is. Look how cute that is. Singular watercolor clip art of a medium-sized cylindrical jar containing pastel swirl gelato scoops in a mini cone shapes, layered neatly with tiny candy stars in between. High definition detailing a texture and gold shine. Elegant ribbon accent on the lid, isolated on a pure white background. And that is, now you can take all of the tick details in the prompt and come up with different candy. And make a whole bundle of the same colors just from one base prompt in the vault. Okay, so last system is Playground. People very new to the system, but the best of the best out there have been talking about Playground, and I kind of gave it a shot 2 nights ago. Okay, so Playground is very different from all the other systems that I have shown you so far. Why? It doesn't need you to prompt. It doesn't require you to prompt. It doesn't require you to know the tech jargon about prompt. It needs you only at the very basic level to adjust the prompt. So let's say you've got all these modules here: t-shirts, ebooks, memes, coloring pages over here. Again, signed up 3 days ago. I haven't played much, right? So let's go to art. And let's say you want to design something for, actually not art, I think it's stickers. Yeah, just showing for a comparison, right? Let's say you want to do stickers, you want to do something for Father's Day. They don't need you to, this system doesn't require you to prompt. It does the heavy prompt lifting for you. And not a lot of Father's Day stuff. But anyway, let's say this one, you want to use this as a base prompt. The explore option will give you some options on the side, right? And it will give you more designs for this particular one that you selected. So what it does is, so you've got over here the Playground model, and you've got ChatGPT, which is an update that was not so long ago. So ChatGPT is now integrated here, and you can now proper prompt versus Playground system, right? So what they're saying, what the whole idea of Playground is like you choose your foundational design that you see, and then you can do things like resizing it. So let's say you wanted like as a 3x4. You can resize it. Okay, system will do that for you. So instead of it being a 1:1 ratio, it's now resized. You can change the colors, right? You can say you want it in this color. So it's very basic stuff for playground. You don't need to be a prompt guru. So very different to the other systems that I've shown you. Okay, so it's done the changing of the colors, and you can also add whatever you wanted to see further. So you can say, add a beer glass next to the last D. Okay. And you will get 4 options. So now it will look, there's the beer glass there. There's the beer glass there. You've changed the color. You've added the beer glass. If you wanted to change the text here, you can do that. There's the beer glass there. So that is playground in a nutshell. You don't need to be a professional prompter or know how to prompt. You use a basic design and you do the changes according to what you need. If you're not happy with any of this, you can go back to the original one, which was this one, or one back would give you the 1:1 ratio. But that's pretty much the original design. If you want to go through your changes, you can choose which one you want, and then you simply export it over here, download. You can upscale it here, which is a nice feature because it would upscale it by 4 and it will be 300 dpi. You can remove the background. I'm not going to do all of that now, but just to show you the functionality of the system. So what I have been doing in my store with Playground as of a couple of days ago is these ones. So this one is a playground design, which was different to what the original basic design was. So this is playground. And these ones I won't put in the vault because it's not a prompt that I worked on. This would just be for selling. So I'm showing this to you as a comparative system, depending on where you are, right? In terms of experience or skill level. This one was also a different, I changed the colors around, I did some changes there, but that is also a playground design. And then the last one is this one. I posted this on my WhatsApp group and broadcast list, and someone asked me, she saw this and she wanted to buy one because she really liked the design. And again, as I told you earlier, whatever people tells me in groups and feedback, it's telling me that this is something that really stands out. So these are just, I want to show you practical ways of how, after using the system, what it would look like for your Etsy store. And the feedback on this has really been amazing. That's a playground design. So these ones I won't do prompting because you can see it was different from the original one. I had to put the extra layer on top. I had to change the font. It's not a prompt that I will put in the vault, like putting it there as if you can just quickly. I won't put playground prompts in the vault. It's just a different system. So just to show you some of my other designs that I have done. This one I changed up a bit. This is my one. I had to edit it out of Playground because I had to do some more stuff here. I did some Christmas, looked at some Christmas designs. Go back. This is what I did. So just to show you, I haven't really fiddled around with it a lot, but it's a place to start if you don't want to think about prompts or I don't know how to explain it. It's just very user-friendly and you can do your changes as you go along. Change the color, change the font, change the text, etc. So that's Playground. I don't know if there's any questions, and I think I'm at the end of my presentation. Sorry, it's again almost 2 hours. I don't plan it to be 2 hours, but there's always so much to cover. Let's see. Okay, so we've gone through all the systems. I don't think there's anything further to tell you about the systems, but if you've got questions like offline, just send me a message. my process in terms of fast creation is like, it starts with the prompt, right? So it always starts with the prompt. You've got nothing if you don't have a prompt. Get your prompt, generate variations. Like I showed you in Dali, you use all the tech details in prompt vault. Use the tech details, the colors, make it visually consistent, make it cohesive. One candy prompt and just make a lot of candies with the same color and build out a whole bundle. So your base prompt is important. Tweak the prompt, then generate multiple clip arts, right, to make one bundle. So candy in pastel colors is one. Then you build from the one, you go to another candy bundle and you make it different colors, like bold colors rather than pastel colors. And then you have like 5 different candy clip art bundles. So let's say 30 in a pack times 5, you've got 150 designs, but they're all different colors. Now you build like a mega bundle, bigger bundle, 150 designs, which started with a basic prompt. And then within those images, you can repurpose your candy prompt and make a t-shirt design from it. If you need inspiration, ask ChatGPT, how can I design a t-shirt? How can I modify this image into like a t-shirt design? So that's just some of the things. I can't obviously sit and do a tutorial on that right now, but that is what I do in the background. So I use the basic prompt. If it's a blueberry, like the blueberry as like a fruit, I use the blueberry prompt in the vault, and then I ask ChatGPT, give me 10 different fruits, types, styles that I can use from blueberry. It will give me blueberry pie, blueberry jam, blueberry this, blueberry that, and I will then have 10 prompts to make a cohesive bundle. Once I've done with blueberry, I go to strawberries, and then I go to raspberries, and I've got all these berries, and then you've got 200 images. Then make a mega bundle and list it up in Etsy. So you make your 5 products, isolated text, then you make a bundle, and you keep repurposing the same. You can repurpose the images in your bundle and make like a mug design, something to do with strawberry, bring a mother into the strawberry or whatever. That is also how you can repurpose existing designs. Okay. You don't need to be fancy. I've showed you Playground. That is as simple as it gets, right? You don't need to have graphic design skills. You don't need to have Photoshop. You don't need to know Photopea. I know none of those systems. I'm not a graphic designer, but I love the fact that AI can help me to compete with people who are a lot more experienced and skilled than I am, thanks to AI. So what I'm teaching is very beginner friendly. I'm not teaching things for people with loads of experience because I didn't start out with experience. If you know anything about me, I'm an accountant, qualified accountant. I work in the US. I work in the US currently for an accounting firm. I've worked in the UK, and I've serviced clients for over a decade in South Africa. I'm by no stretch of the word a crafty, like experienced, hands-on qualified digital designer. So what I teach is not for the experienced crowd. You're in the wrong WhatsApp group if you're with me. I teach to those who are very beginner friendly, love what I'm doing, and just want help to get them kickstarted. Simple to set up. Canva is free. So you can start with Canva free. You don't need to pay anything towards Canva. Obviously, there's limitations, but you can test it out without risking any money. The AI tools I've shown you, they vary from $8 to a month to $149 to $49 once off to the $149 Artistly bundle once off. So it varies. Everything costs money. To make money, you need to give out money. That's just the rule of how money is. You have to give out money, but we have to be smart with our tools. Be smart with your tools. Don't sign up for lots of systems. In my opinion, if you're starting out, 1-2 systems max. 2 systems max. I started with Midjourney for the longest time. I didn't use any other system. I just used Midjourney. I slowly then started with other systems. When I moved in like a teacher, coach kind of mentor capacity, which is what I'm doing now, I have to have all these systems. But when I was just selling on Etsy, I only used Midjourney. Midjourney could do clip art designs, stock images, junk journal pages, stickers. The thing with Midjourney is you just need to have more tech, a vocab for creation, a lot more than with the other systems. Because other systems like Artistly, it codes digital watercolor style, it codes stickers. It codes it for you. So you don't really need to be an expert. But the long story short is Canva is free. Use one tool, max 2 tools. Start today. Start today. The learning curve, there's a lot of people like me out there that will help you. I'm here to help. I enjoy asking. I enjoy people asking me for things or asking me for designs or just like tech questions. You're not alone. It's terrible alone, and you do self-doubt creeps in a lot. I know the journey. So take it easy. Don't fall for quick money. Start now, you'll make quick money. No, there's no such thing. If everybody was going to make quick money, no one would be doing like traditional, and everybody would be doing this. There's a lot to learn. Thankfully, there's a lot of videos on YouTube, but just be realistic about your growth, about your earnings, and grow gradually. That's all I think I can leave and part with you guys. If you are interested in joining the monthly membership, I do give a lot free in the free Facebook group, but the meat is in the membership. It's $9. Cancel anytime, right? Get access to the prompt, get access to tutorial videos, get access to freebies, get access to tech questions, get access to me. You can ask me anything within the community or on email or whatever. I'm there to help, and I'm there to speed up the process because it's tough alone. I've done it alone. I didn't sign up for anyone's course to try and teach me to do this. I saw free videos. I spent a lot of money on systems. I spent a lot of time trying to figure this out. Not just the pretty stuff, but the not so pretty stuff. So there's a lot that I can help you with, okay? I look at design trends for you. I've got software with eRank, subscriptions with eRank, with Listedem, and I know how to use Etsy's platform on its own to show me what is trending, right? I do that homework for you. I stay ahead of the market, and with the help of my members, they tell me when they spot something. Some of them do tell me, Lucille, I need this. It's Juneteenth, it's coming up, it's the Father's Day, it's this or whatever. So as much as I try and stay on trends, my eyes can't see everything, and members do help. And if you're in the membership and you see someone saying, my flabbers have been gasted, it's the new thing. They just took the flabbergasted word and they're saying, my flabbers have been gasted or gasted. And that's because of the community. If you're outside of a community and you don't know these things, you won't list what you need to list to get the visitors, right? So I do help with mock-up templates. If you go to my digital store now, clipart.store, there is 25 mug stock images. If you want to sell mugs, it's free. You can go there. I do in the community list mock-ups that I use that I can inspire you to say, okay, when you do a t-shirt, maybe try this mock-up. So I help with mock-up templates. And then I list daily, weekly prompts, okay? So daily, weekly, I list the prompts or post prompts with SEO key tags. So that's all in the membership. If you want to join, you're free to join, $9 a month, cancel anytime. And that is the end of my speech. Thank you so much for watching. Join us on the free Facebook group. Free resources is at my digital store. If you want to connect via the membership, you can do that. And then if you want to ask me a question, you can just send me a question, your question at info@clipartistryhaven.com. But that's the end of my discussion. I don't think I've got any questions. Definitely not in the Facebook group. Carol is saying, thank you so much. I've made notes. Thank you for your time and for sharing your knowledge. No, thank you, Carol, for staying. I'm always so amazed that people are watching right to the end, and it feels like I'm talking too much. But there's always so much to share with you guys. Miranda, you are so welcome. Thank you for joining, Miranda, and for being part of the family. And just shout if you need anything. Sorry. I just want to go to the Zoom. Members, I'm seeing hearts here in the Zoom. Let's see here. Sorry. I really need to get a co-pilot. Okay, so thank you, Anna-Marie, in the Zoom room. Cleopatra, thank you for your question earlier. And Julie Cannon, nice to have you, Julie. You're welcome, Anna-Marie. Thank you so much for staying for almost 2 hours. I really appreciate you guys. And if there's anything that I didn't touch on that you still need help with, just reach out, send me a mail. Happy to assist. Thank you.